Hey everybody, oh boy, we're back and it's time for the 2025 season. We just finished up 2024. We ended up 7-10, missed the playoffs, and the Akron, what you call it, beat the Billings something or others to win the front office bowl. And Billings, I'm so glad Akron won because Billings went into the Super Bowl at 7-10. So basically set a record for the worst team to make it to the Super Bowl in NFL history. It's a simulation, folks. You're going to get anomalies like that. So now we get to just figure out. We played the first season, with just the roster that we were given, and so now we get to figure out how to make this team better for the long run. All right, so we got the next thing up is a stadium plan deadline. I don't know what our stadium looks like. Let's go ahead and go up to there, and let's just let's see. Where is that? Is that management overview? No, I think it might be league. Stadium plan. Here we go. All right. So here's our stadium plan, and Hawaii. Yeah, we've got. Wow, our stadium has a 77,000 seat capacity. Uh, 55 luxury boxes. Not great. Our support for a new stadium is 16%. Apparently, Iowa really wants a new stadium. Loyalty is mid-range and all of that. I'm curious what our attendance was last year. So Hawaii, yeah, somehow in a city of, actually, I thought I had seen where our, our fan base or our city population was like 150,000. This shows it's, um, that's attendance. Okay, so never mind. Yeah, I think I was right. It's like, so the numbers are going to be what they're going to be, and so we got half of our population to come see each game. That's pretty good. But yeah, so all that to say, It's not time for a stadium plan. It's not time to rebuild a stadium at this stage in the game. So we're going to leave that. All right, so we're going to go to ticketing. And so we're going to take a look at our tickets here, and we're going to choose our ticket prices. And we're just going to see. They recommend us to pretty much stay the same. All right, we'll leave it at that. Price is submitted. Good to go. All right, staff retention. All right, here's where we want to start kind of tweaking our team, right? So we got Kevin O'Connell. He's good with young players. He's okay in a lot of areas. He's a good scouter, good at, decent at interviews, decent at motivation, decent at discipline. But let's just see what we can come up with. All right, so we know probably want to think of something different at head coach. And then our offense. I mean, our offense was actually pretty good last year. We didn't have a rushing attack to save our lives, but our passing attack was pretty prolific. And I think we ended up like 6th or 7th in total yards. So not horrible. Play calling is still at a 60, could be better. So possibly better there. Defense, yeah, this guy Brian Flores. You've had a troubled past, not trouble, but I mean you've had some issues in your career, and it's looking like you're probably gonna get canned. And then Patine, the only thing he's really good at is dealing with young players. Everything else is mediocre to gross. And then Josh Hingst is good on strength. Good on strength. So we'll potentially look to maybe keep him. We'll see. Okay, so we need to. We're not going to extend anyone's contract, so we're going to go to our head coach here, and we're going to see what we can do to better ourselves. All right, so player development, young player. All right, so I don't want anyone with a whole slew of weaknesses. So we look at uh, Rich Bisaccia. Bisaccia. He's got an 80 player development, 80 young player development. Not great in motivation, but I mean everything else is fairly solid. His intelligence or his rookie interview rating, little low, but hopefully we can make up for that elsewhere. He's not even a coordinator though. See, that's that I don't know about hiring an assistant coach straight to the head coach. Could pay off. He was an assistant coach on a 6-11 team. Yeah, gosh, I don't know. What if we look to possibly? Yeah, he's 100 in play calling. What? I want this guy. I would love to hire him as my offensive coordinator. So let's see if he's going to last that long. All right, so what are our other options here at head coach? Let's see. We want, let's see. I really like player development. Oh, okay. Not great on scouting. He's an assistant too. So let's see. All these guys that have a ton of great ratings are assistant coaches. Should I hire someone at that level into my head coaching vacancy? I don't know. I mean, I could just YOLO it and just say, yeah, let's just do the thing, and hire the best possible person. Should we? Should we, folks? Darren Simmons. Oh man. Stop with that. Man. Ooh, it's scary. It's scary hiring an assistant coach. Why will it not stay highlighted on him? I don't know why. I keep clicking on him, and then it brings him to here, and then it's okay. There we go. All right. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna hire Darren Simmons as our freaking head coach. We'll see if that works out. And then we're going to run to offensive coordinator, and let's see who we got left. Who was it that we liked? He might be gone already. All right. So all right. What was so we got Simmons, he's a quarterbacks. All right. So I think just looking at this, I don't think we need to truly match up the coordinator style with the head coach style. I'm thinking no, because it doesn't show what his style is there. He's good for quarterbacks. That's going to be great for J.J. McCarthy's development. I'm really glad we did that. But our offensive coordinator, see, now we don't want to go smash mouth because we just don't have the personnel for it, and we got a good young quarterback, and so we want to really develop our passing game in addition, and we want to bolster our running game, but I think that we don't necessarily want to completely upend what we have. All right, so John Fassel, he's decent across the board, good at play calling, but is that what's most important to us? And I think it's pretty doggone important to us. I really hate some of his low ratings there, but I feel like our head coach kind of makes up for that. Do we want to go West Coast? Is that going to help? I don't know that Justin Jefferson is really built for a West Coast offense, but he could be. Could be. But I really want strong play callers. So, yeah, we're going to roll with Fossil. We're going to roll with Fossil as our offensive coordinator, I think. He's decent in most areas, good at play calling, decent all around at player development. He just sucks at scouting. But hopefully we've got we're going to make up for that with the head coach. All right. So definitely want to replace our defensive coordinator. I was not thrilled with him. Again, let's look at play calling as kind of our baseline here. Okay. All right, so Juan Spencer, we're already running the 3-4 Eagle, so we have the personnel for that. Young player development is good. Not a great motivator. Pretty good discipline. Play caller, again, is kind of where I'm looking. But, okay, if we do this, then we really need to make sure our assistant coach is a defensive assistant coach that's really good at scouting. Because I want to make up for his deficiencies in the assistant coach realm. So he's a secondaries coach with a 3-4 Eagle. Because I like him better than I like Boyer. I do want to make sure I have a strong play caller. And, what's this right here? Who's Ronnie Lindsay? Well, that's a complete change from a 3-4 Eagle to a 4-3 under. I think just because of the personnel we have, let's stick with the 3-4 for the time being. And hopefully that's going to continue to work for us. So I think we're gonna go with Juan Spencer here. All right, and then we're going to look for our assistant coach to be a defensive coach who's good at scouting. All right. I feel like our assistants are making more money than our head coach. I could be wrong. All right. Now we got assistant coaches. Okay, so we want a defensive coach, and I want somebody who's a good at scouting. Okay, we got a 3-4 Eagle. I don't like his deficiencies. I really don't like it. So let's just look at 3-4 Eagle assistant coaches. Okay, so we got a couple of good interviewers. And again, not really knowing how the algorithm works. I mean, what the correlation between rookie interviews and scouting ratings do. I have a feeling that rating is like the overall rating, and then the interview is, some of that peripheral information that you get on that draft report. So I don't like Grogan being so bad at certain things. If we come down here and we look at, okay, so if we look at Tyshawn Williams, okay, he is good for defensive lineman. So our defensive coordinator is a secondaries coach, or is it, secondary specialty. This would be 2 out of the 3 groups. We got good interview, not great scouting. So, but good motivator and good at player development. And our defensive coach is our play caller. So I might take that. I mean, it's going to hurt us in overall scouting. But I think I like the balance here. That's just kind of one place that we're going to be lacking is that actual scouting rating. But I think I'm good with that. So we're going to go with Tyshawn Williams and hope for the best. All right. Now our trainers. Our trainer is this guy right here. And I don't think we're going to get better than that. Yeah, we could get somebody who's better at conditioning, but I think overall this guy do we need to re-sign him? He's got 1 year left on his contract. But let's do this. I think Oh, we missed out on the opportunity to extend him. Should have probably done that. But live and learn. He's with us another year. Hopefully next year he'll stay with us, or we find someone that's better. So we've pretty much completely overhauled our coaching staff. Hopefully that's going to help us and not hinder us. All right, so let's take a look at the draft class. Let's see. First of all, where are we drafting? Somehow we ended up 12th. Okay. All right. That's okay. So we don't need a quarterback, right? I feel like we can build around McCarthy. I feel like also with our head coach, we might be able, who has got a quarterback's focus, we might be able to bump that future score up a couple ticks, maybe. What are his strengths? Yeah, he doesn't really have a horrible weakness. He's weak on reading the defense, but he's not a zero on that. Some of these quarterbacks you see, it's like, hey, it's all these great ratings, and then they give him like one that they have a nothing burger in. He's at least got something there. So he's got a lot to improve in his touch, his throw quality, his decision making, and securing the football. And I think if he does that, he is an elite prospect. So we really do need to bolster our line. So hopefully, with some of these tackles might still be available when the time comes. But first, we need to sign our free agents and see what exactly we need. So again, I mean, I think this is the difference, or this is the coaches' ratings. You've got, this is your scouting rating that gives you kind of the baseline of what they're good at, and then this is the interview rating, where we find out, what their impression is and stuff like that. So I think so my interviewing is going to be a stronger indicator than the overall scouting. That's how I think that works. All right, so what comes next? All right, franchise player deadline. Really seriously doubt we're going to be franchise tagging anybody, because I mean, you look at our roster, we got 92 million, and it's, we only got 25 active players, so we got a lot of people to sign. We don't want to go too overboard, and so if we franchise some of these guys that we don't have under contract, that might be good. So we got, you're looking at Harrison Phillips, Cameron Bynum. Probably not Phillips. Phillips is an 8-year guy. He'll be last a few years, but I mean, those are going to cost us if we try to franchise them. So I think we're not going to. We're going to hope that they like us enough that they're going to want to re-sign with us. So Phillips' loyalty is 68% or 68. Bynum is 58. Hopefully we'll be all right. Okay, so we're going to run to the franchise player deadline, and these are all the people we could franchise, and you see it's going to cost us 28 and 22. We could franchise our backup quarterback for 70 mil. Doubt we're going to do that. So yeah, we're going to pass on the franchising. So we're going to roll till free agency. Whoop, whoop. All right, so let's see who did get franchised. Okay. All right, so now we go to our roster, and we really start to see what we need to sign. Okay, so here's where we stand. We have our starting quarterback under contract. We got all of our running backs are gone. We got Ty Chandler, but he's not really a starter. Fullback under contract, but I mean, kind of weak sauce. Hawk, let's see, how's Hawk doing in his? Oh, good. All right, his health is good. All right, so he's back. And he's still at a 72. So that's good to see. Okay, so we have our star tight end, who is also one of our highest paid players. The good thing is with McCarthy, we have him under control for this is our window, right? So we have him under control for 3 more seasons. We'll have the option to. He's a first round pick, so we'll have the option to sign him to a fifth year. But we'll probably want to renegotiate him before then, as long as he pans out. Um, but we got a few years here to build and try to contend with him as a young quarterback. So I'm actually happy we chose Hawaii and we have the young quarterback to build around. Let's see. So we've got Jefferson and Addison under contract. Okay. Our line, gosh, we really, really need to shore up the line. So our tackles, we do have, gosh, Brian O'Neill is just so stinking expensive. Might be good. Let's see. He's got 2 more years. If we were to release him, he's going to cost $8 million against this year's cap and $3.7 million against next year's. That's not horrible. And looking at looking at the draft. Let's see, where is what am I thinking of? Salary cap. Salary cap. I can't remember where that is. Reports. Oh, no, it's top salaries. Where it is. I don't know where it is. I'll find it. Anyway, all right. So, yeah, who does it think we're going to take? Thinks we're going to take a defensive end, a running back, defensive end. All right, so thinks defensive end is what we want to do. Interesting. Okay. Manage salary cap. There we go. Okay. So here's the salary cap. Here's the salary cap situation. We are third in salary cap, but we also have some a roster with the fewest players. So our draft, we need 11 mil for it, and so that leaves us with 64 mil. We could probably stand to. Oh, that was the thing I wanted to check was dead cap space. All right, so dead cap. Yeah, so we've got $5 million in dead cap. That's not horrible, especially compared to some of the other teams. So we might be able to think about cutting O'Neill just because he's okay, but he's not worth the 26 mil that we're going to be paying him because he's our highest paid player, and I just don't know that we're going to really need him. So all that to say, all right, let's see who we want to try to offer. Okay. First we're gonna look to sign the guys that we want back on our roster. Okay. So to be a backup quarterback, what does Sam Darnold want? Sam Darnold, it's not horrible for a backup. We're gonna come back to him though. I don't feel the need to re-sign any of these running backs. Maybe Deion Jackson. What's he want? Yeah, a little too much. All right, so our tight ends we have under contract. Split ends we have under contract. There's not any of these guys I really care about. Our center is under contract. And then, okay, guard we got Brandel at a good price. Ingram not a great guy. All right. We do not have Spencer Burford under contract. He is a 4-year vet. He doesn't want a whole lot. He's a 56. I like that. I like that deal. We're gonna make him an offer. We're gonna sign Burford. At worst, he'll be a good quality backup. At best, we'll have him in our starting lineup. All right, now the tackles. So Darisaw is a good value for a 60 rated tackle. Uh, O'Neal, not a great value. I am going to go ahead and roll the dice. Hope that I find a better tackle out there. I think we're gonna release O'Neal because I just don't like paying that much for a player that is not that great. So we're gonna lose $8 million. I mean, we're basically gonna net $10 million in salary cap, which I think we can use. And we got some good tackles in the draft, so I'm hoping that means we'll be able to make up some ground. Get a good young player in there that we can develop. All right. Plus the fact that he wasn't even gonna start. Um, let's see. We got Quisenberry, who is a free agent. Yeah. See, and Quisenberry wants 3.5 mil. We're gonna take Quiz over what's his nuts that we just cut any day. All right. Anybody else? Okay, yeah. Here we got some work to do. So we got 104 mil. We want to re-sign Harrison Phillips. He's a linchpin on the defense. He's a run stuffing nose tackle, so he's not going to get a lot of sacks. But he's got a 100 rating at run defense, and I like that a lot. So let's see what he wants. He wants a crap ton of money. Oh, I don't know that I want to give him that much money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And we are in a rebuild, so let's put a pin in that and let's see what Cameron Bynum wants. All right, Cameron Bynum is 5-year. He's a 73 rate. He didn't get it. He's not an intercepting safety, which kind of sucks. But he's good at zone. He's good at run defense. He's good at man. So he's good at all the coverage. He's a fan favorite. So what does he want? He wants a good chunk of change as well. That's the thing is you gotta pay to keep your best players. But if we sign those two, that's like 40 mil out of the 100 mil that we've got. Do we do that? All right. We're going to come back to that. Let's just see who else we have here that is expired. All right. So let's do this and then do that. And then we see. All right. So Patrick Jones, if he's cheap, he might be a good guy to keep around. He played 15 games, didn't have a ton. He's got good pass rush strength. He's young. Yeah, he wants too much for a guy with a 55 rating. So maybe not him. Byron Murphy, 52 rating. He's young as well. Oh, he's 7 years. Okay. Defensive diagnosis is good, but nothing else is really standing out. So he might be a good depth piece if he tied for the league lead or for the team lead in interceptions. If he doesn't want a lot, yeah, that's a good value. I will take that value. And that way, if he has to start, I'm not paying him too much. If he doesn't start, I'm not paying him too much. All right. Everybody else, I'll be honest with you, don't feel too much of a need. All right, so we got this Gregory Edgerton who we signed in the offseason last year. He's one of the few moves we made to get somebody new in the offseason. So let's, doesn't stand out a whole lot in a whole lot of anything except maybe, run defense. He could be a cheap backup though. Not horrible. I don't know. I don't know that he's necessary. Okay. So now we got 100 mil. We got two rock star defensive people that we really need to sign. Now, here's what I like to do. I like to look at the guys with 1 year on their contract and see if I can do something with that contract to lower this year, but maybe re-sign them long term, so that I don't have to worry about them next year. So Van Ginkel, he's coming off a 10-sack season. I made 11 mil. Let's see what he wants if we were to give him an extension. See, this is beautiful. So he'll take an extension. I give him a signing bonus. His cap cost comes down. Yeah, there's a little more out of pocket right now, but his cap cost comes down, and I don't have to worry about making a full new offer to him next season. So we're going to do that. We'll gain about $1 million in cap space, and that's a good deal. All right. So then we have a Caleb Evans, and he's a 60. Really good zone defender. He's a special teams ace. Good at run defense. Average at pretty much everything else. But seems like a good quality guy to have on the team. Let's see what he wants as an extension. Okay. So he wants a 5-year extension. I'm currently paying him $1,200 a year. I don't want to do this right now because that's going to cap strap me a little bit more, and it signs him to a long-term deal. And I don't know how long this guy is going to be a viable starter. So we're gonna hold off on that. All right. Anybody else in that 1 year left range? Okay, Josh Oliver. Here's an interesting case because we got Hawk, right? So Oliver is not a starter. However, he's a 57 rate. He's not great at blitz pickup. Decent at it's funny. He's not good at blitz pickup, but he is pretty good at pass blocking. So he had a good season for us, filling in for Hawkinson. Good, but not great. His current salary is $8 million. All right. He is he's also got 7 years experience. All right. Well, let's see what he wants. If I was to re-sign, his cap cost is $9 million. He wants an extra couple million to sign for me. We're gonna lay off on that because we've got Hawkinson that we're gonna need to worry about. He's on a long-term deal. He's got 2 more years on him. So Oliver's a nice to have, but not necessarily something I'm willing to extend too readily. All right, so let's just let's see. We got 102. I think that we've got to maintain some stability on the defense. I hate to do it just because it is so much money. But we're going to give Phillips what he wants. He's a 78 rating. There's not a whole lot of those out there. We're going to give him what he wants. All right. And that brings us down to 81 now. And then we got to think about Bynum. Bynum is a 73. He's just really good at a lot of things. It'll cost us $15 million this year. It's going to grow. We could look to restructure his contract after a year or two. So we're going to go ahead and take that deal as well. All right. Hated to do that, but those were our 2 highest rated players, and so we kind of had to spend the money. All right. So now we got 66 mil going into full free agency. All right. So that's we got 29 players. We're now looking at salary cap, where are we sitting compared to everybody else. So we're at 65. We got 29 players, which is kind of average. So I think we're sitting okay, and we're going to see when everybody else is releasing their players, we're going to see an uptick in who we don't even have a top free agent list right now. So let's see what happens once we move on to past the team free agent signings and into open free agency. So that's where we'll pick up in the next video. And hope you're enjoying what you're watching and that you're going to continue to watch. and see how we do with this rebuild and this long-term playthrough with our fictional team, the Hawaii Jazz.